What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I haven't had a horror review in a while. I guess you would consider this film a horror film, especially with a name like Some Guy Who Kills People. This is a Terror Vision release that I picked up a little while ago. I picked it up along with Enter the Panther, which is a Bruceploitation curiosity. Kind of an interesting film. Terror Vision does a great job with their releases. I do have a review of that on my channel. That was a Martial Arts Monday review. But Some Guy Who Kills People stars Kevin Corrigan as the title character. This film also stars Barry Bostwick and Karen Black. And really, right away, I'm going to say that's a huge positive. She's not just in it for a few minutes. She has a pretty sizable role. A very solid late career role for the late, great Karen Black. That is definitely going to be a positive for the film. And I know if you're not familiar with Terror Vision, go ahead and check them out. Really good label. They might not have massive quantities of stuff, but their stuff that they put out is very much it's quality for sure. I know my friend Joel from the Newly Deads. He's a big fan of Terror Vision, so go ahead and check them out. So anyway, this film came out a little while ago. This is totally off the cuff, by the way. 2011, 97 minutes long. Ken Boyd, played by Kevin Corrigan, is a small-town loner and comic book nerd, and he's an artist, making ends meet by pushing a broom around the local ice cream parlor. Fresh out of the loony bin, where he spent years recovering from the horrific torture he suffered at the hands of the high school basketball jocks, Ken wants nothing more than just to be left alone. But when the lovely Stephanie, played by Lucy Davis, she is outstanding, let me just say that, comes into Ken's life, and he is reunited with his estranged 11-year-old daughter, Amy. Okay, Lucy Davis was very good, but I was actually thinking of the actress that plays his daughter, 11-year-old daughter, Amy, played by Ariel Gade, G-A-D-E. Things finally seem to be looking up. You know, she's got a pretty big part, so when you have an actor or an actress of that age, you know, it really helps if they have a performance that is this strong. So things seem to be looking up, even with his constantly disappointed mother and the town sheriff, that's Barry Bostwick, start to treat him with a little respect. That is, until those very same jocks that Ken deems responsible for his ruined life start turning up dead. Yeah, tons of special features on this release. Yeah, there you see him dressed up as mint chocolate chip. You know, the film is very quirky. The relationship that he has with his boss is kind of quirky. There's a pretty solid guy that he works with that knows that he tried to unalive himself and everything, and you know, they talk about it openly, and the guy's a good guy. But everybody else, like when they said his disapproving mother, I mean she makes jokes about the scars on his wrists. I mean, so I will say this, you know, I don't give out trigger warnings a lot, but if that kind of thing bothers you, this isn't the movie for you, because they sort of mock him for being a survivor of that unaliving attempt. So it's kind of, I guess you would say, like a very black comedy. Then when the bodies start showing up, just the way that that's treated, there's artwork sort of involved. He draws some pictures in his room that are pretty horrific or violent as to work. I guess he's working through his trauma. So are the things connected? I'm not really going to tell you. But by that point, the film, here's the positives. Let me do the positives. The positives are all, the cast is great. Kevin Corrigan is very good at these type of roles. Kind of reminded me of his role in Scotland, PA, and also a little bit of his role in Big Fan, where he plays Patton Oswalt's best friend. And, you know, the acting across the board is very good. The relationship with the daughter is very good. The daughter's parents are kind of funny. Her mom has now gotten remarried to a guy who, they're constantly going to Bible study and just leaving her. She's not into it. So the mom owes her something. I forget the circumstance of that. So she basically finds the father and just moves in with him and says, you know, she kind of like blackmails her mom, like, I'm staying here a week or something's going to happen. And to be honest, I don't quite remember, but it's pretty funny. And the Karen Black, the grandma, is just like a little taken aback at first, but they start to have a really good relationship. She actually tells her granddaughter, I really like you, you know, and you kind of get the feeling that she wouldn't like 99% of the world's population, but she likes her granddaughter. So just very solid. Barry Bostwick is very quirky. You know, he's really kind of slid into the horror genre in his later white-haired stage of his life very nicely. He's very good in these type of roles. His relationship with his assistant is funny. He doesn't seem to be taking anything too seriously at all. And those are all positives. Now, and I didn't really think the negatives were that negative. The flashback scene to me was weird. It's like, when did this beating happen? Did it happen in high school or after high school? Because it looks like they filmed it with all the actors who appear in the film, and they're playing themselves, and without makeup. It seemed odd to me. I didn't really get when the beating was supposed to happen. Maybe I missed it. I mean, if I missed something, I missed something. You know, it could happen. So that was a little weird. Other than that, the film, everything looks good. The film looks good. It's a well-made film all around. Where some people might not like it is, I think in the last quarter, they kind of veer away from that very sort of dark black comedy feel. Some people might think the ending's a cop-out or something. I don't really think so myself, but I'm not saying it turns into a completely wholesome film, but with a name like Some Guy Who Kills People, it's really not like the darkest movie ever, even though it has some pretty uncomfortable dark moments with some of the humor about the unaliving attempt and just the meanness of some of the characters, which is all presented in like very, no one is ever screaming or yelling. It's all sort of very droll kind of dialogue, very realistic kind of dialogue, just a little bit on the nasty side. So anyway, have you heard of this? Some Guy Who Kills People. A pretty entertaining film all around. I thought I would say I mostly liked it for the cast, and secondly, the vibe of the film and the story would be down the list a little bit, but overall a solid film. Have you seen it? Have you heard of it? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the late great Karen Black? What are your thoughts about Kevin Corrigan or the TerrorVision label? Let me know in the comments below. Come back again for more horror movie reviews. You may have seen in previous videos. Really trying to get this place cleaned up. I think next step, we're going to be painting that wall. Working on some ideas is what I'm saying. Thanks.